it's Mother's Day, and of course, there's many of us who are mothers and grandmothers and aunties and sisters, and because we're also celebrating life of mothers being life givers, and we're very honored to have this game happening with these two teams. A friend of one of our board members offered to help us out because as a nonprofit organization in getting the games going, we have no money to begin with. Mm-hmm. So we're doing everything we can to do some fundraising. And Jordan Cornfield, who is with the St. Albert Miners lacrosse team, offered to help us out by putting on this event. They're playing against a team from Calgary.
Oh, wow.
So we really got to show our support there and bring a lot of people out there to Service Place in St. Albert on Mother's Day. And it's on at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And it's not just about the game. It's about the sport of and the history of lacrosse that we will be talking about at the game. And to let people know, many people don't know that lacrosse was given to the people of Six Nations. The Iroquois and the Onondaga were the ones that really took it on, and Creator handed the game to those people, which many of us are related to give it to them as a means to help themselves by using it as a healing game, and it's called the medicine game, and it became a way of survival. The people were able to use it also as a resolution, and just to go ahead into the history. When the French people came into Canada and saw them playing and recognized it as a sport, not what the people knew it as, they saw the lacrosse stick and it reminded them of the cross. And so they named the game lacrosse. It's a French word that means the cross. But to the people, the name of the game is the ball and stick game. And in Onondaga language, or the Mohawk language, it's called bump the hips. And I keep forgetting how to say it in that language. But the game of lacrosse, being Canada's national sport, actually belongs to our people. And it's sort of lost its popularity over the years. But because this year we are really pushing to have it as part of our games that are happening in August for kids. And we've dropped the age from 12 to 18 to 10 to 18 for all Aboriginal kids. And the game can be played co-ed. And we really want to make that happen at our games. It's going to be an introductory sport at the opening on August the 13th. But for the game on Sunday, we are having more than just the game. We're having fundraising of 50/50s. We're going to be selling stew and bannock, and we're having lots of prizes. One of the main prizes that we'll be raffling off is a loony stick that is going to be donated to us. It's a lacrosse stick where we will have 100 loonies taped on it, oh, wow. And we'll be selling tickets on that. And there'll also be a frisbee toss that people could purchase for a small amount, and they toss the frisbee onto the ice on the floor, and there'll be markers there, and whoever gets the closest will win a prize. And being Mother's Day, we're going to acknowledge every mother, grandmother, auntie, sister that comes through the door after admission to give them a flower, and we'll be offering door prizes for them to win. And the admission is only $5.
Oh, that's quite reasonable.
That's very reasonable.
Yeah. Great way to take Mom out and introduce her to the sport if she's not familiar with it, correct?
That's right, yeah.
We're speaking with Martha Campiou, the president and chair of the Alberta Indigenous Games, and also Jacob Hendy, who's the CEO. Good morning. You guys, I guess the association's been introducing the game to schools, not just within the Edmonton region, but throughout the province.
Yes, we've been at Dickensfield School at a Misquachie Academy in the city. Recently this weekend we were at Whitefish Lake. We've been at Drift Pile, Cree Nation, as well as Sturgeon Lake. And really introducing it to the kids. They love the sport when they get out there. They never, a lot of them don't realize that hockey originated from lacrosse.
Yeah. And
a lot of it's natural for hockey. Kids with sport, lacrosse is a sport for everybody they can pick up. And they love it when they play it. They just need the community, I guess some of the parents, some of the leaders to just hold the drop-in sessions for them to play. And because it's for everybody, and it's
Yeah.
natural because it's, after hockey season, so it doesn't interfere. It keeps the peace there, and it allows them to keep their hand-eye coordination throughout the summer and to train. And so we're really getting that big push to get in the communities for another sport to play.
Yeah. How can like the schools out there or other leagues have you guys come down and have the sport introduced to their students, to their schools?
We have a website, and Jacob can give you all that information a little bit later. But I do want to say, I want to at this time acknowledge the founder of the Alberta Indigenous Games was the late Alan Ross. He had a passion to work with kids. He was a teacher for many years, and he was also a very well-known basketball player. And I want to acknowledge him because it was his love of teaching the kids and working with the kids that he started the games in 2009 as a basketball association. And then at the same time, he spoke to me about starting games for kids. And I worked with him as I'm a traditional knowledge teacher, and I worked with him in many areas in providing cultural knowledge to his students. And together we started the games, and the first games were 2011 in Coronation Park in Edmonton and surrounding area. And 2013 they were in St. Albert, where we had a really good support from the Mayor Krause and Gwen Krause. And at the lacrosse game, their son Dalen Krause will be doing the face-off. And the 2015 games were back in Edmonton at Rundle Park, where we will be having these 2017 games as well. So I want to acknowledge his family will be participating in the games and throughout the events as we're going on. And the mindset is to provide the games for kids during the summer, because a lot of kids don't have much to do in the summertime. And this gives them an avenue to go to prepare for sports. And our mission is to one day have someone that's going to be an Olympian and say, I got my start from these games that Alan Ross started.
Wouldn't that be great? And just, them coming on and not knowing about the sport, then getting the history of it, I think would make it a lot... they would have a better interest and a better knowledge of an understanding of the game. Yeah,
at our games in August 13th, 17th, we want everybody to know we're separate from the North American Indigenous Games, the NAG Games.
Yeah.
People see us and like, oh, I missed out on the tryouts, or, oh, my kid's going to make it, because you could be looking close to $1,500 to go out there if you qualify.
Yeah.
We're telling people, no, we're our own provincial, that's in July and August.
And the cost is quite reasonable for anybody, for any of the youth participating. So it's not going to, going to break mom and dad.
No. So the ones are in July, which are great in Ontario, in Toronto. Ours are here in Edmonton, Rundle Park. It's $80 an individual, or if you sign up as a team, it's $400 only as a team.
And that's in August.
And it's in August. And registration is really easy. Go on our website, albertaindigenousgames.ca. You can fill everything out online. It's nice and simple. And then, send payment in or do it online. But, it's just a fun event just here at Rundle Park in August. And we do have that lacrosse, showcase lacrosse game that we're doing at the beginning. It's like a mini Olympics that we have. And the World Indigenous Games coming. That's exciting in July for the adults, 18 and older. Ours are provincial, and it's in August, and it's for the youth. And a lot easier for family and friends to come watch.
And it's 10 to 18, and if they have a team, they could be co-ed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's for lacrosse.
For lacrosse.
Yes.
And there are other events as well, which they could find on the website, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we have 10 sports, plus we have events happening every evening that are cultural oriented, and so that the family can participate throughout the day. It's not just that the kids, there's something there for the kids. We've made sure that the family is there and planned everything for the family to participate in. There's something happening each evening, and we're going to, one of the main events will be, of course, the lacrosse showcase, and then we're going to have a round dance to acknowledge, to give thanks for our support that we have, and then we'll also be recognizing the sponsors. And but before we go, I do want to say, I want to acknowledge my people in Driftpile. I want to say, Tansen Dotim Tek, Tatamskat Now, Nochtmin Tatagisigal. Kinaskum now utinigan kagipi witia paksitama now tahkam witia utinigan homa tahkamimuya kawistamo ataw kahkiaw ko kumagano akwistawa tapi witia goya ko how dotima sagit now tatamskat now hi
Hi. Thank you so much for coming in. We greatly appreciate you both coming in and sharing with us the event there in August, and also to get everybody out for this coming Sunday.
You betcha. And happy Mother's Day to all the moms, and we hope that you all show up.
Thank you. Yeah, we're very excited. Appreciate the time.